In this video, we'll be solving a nonlinear system of equation. We're asked to solve xy equal -4. This is the equation of a hyperbola. And y equal -x minus 2. This is the equation of a line. Now we can solve this system by substitution. We can substitute this expression that's equal to y into this equation in place of y. So this equation becomes x times, and then in place of y we'll put -x minus 2, and then continue writing our equation equals -4. Let's distribute the x. So x times -x is -x squared. X times -2 is -2x. And that equals -4. Let's multiply both sides by -1. To get positive lead coefficient. So -1 times -x squared is x squared. -1 times -2x is a positive 2x. And then equals -4 times -1 is 4. This is the same then as x squared plus 2x minus 4 equals 0. Now we'll need to use quadratic formula on this. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to -4. Our formula says x is equal to -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So now let's sub in our values. We need a negative, and then b is 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared. So 2 squared is 4 minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is -4, all over 2 times a, which is 1. Now we need to do this multiplication back here first, so let me copy the stuff that's not affected. -4 times 1 is -4, times -4 is a positive 16, and then 2 times 1 is 2. So x is equal to -2 plus or minus root 20 over 2. Right? Root 20 is the same as root 5 times root 4. So we have x is equal to a -2 plus or minus square root of root 4 times root 5 all over 2. So square root of 4 is 2. X is equal to a -2 plus or minus 2 root 5 over 2. Now whenever we're going to sub a value back into an equation to get another value for a variable, we need to separate this into two terms so that we can have a rational part and an irrational part. So when we separate this, we get a -2 over 2, so x is equal to a -1, and then plus or minus, and then this part will be, the 2's cancel, and it'll be root 5. So we're going to sub back into this equation, and we need to take each individual x. So when x equals, let's do the positive one first, -1 plus root 5. Then y will equal a negative, x value is -1 plus root 5 minus 2. So distributing our negative here, y is equal to 1 minus root 5 minus 2. Combine like terms, so y is equal to negative 1 minus root 5. So one of our ordered pairs is when x is negative 1 plus root 5, y is negative 1 minus root 5. Do the same thing for the negative part of this. When x equals negative 1 minus root 5, y is equal to a negative and then the x value and then minus 2. The x value was negative 1 minus root 5. So let's distribute the negative again. Y is equal to a positive 1 plus root 5 and then minus 2. We can combine these. So y is equal to a negative 1 plus root 5. So our other ordered pair then is negative 1 minus root 5 and a y value of negative 1 plus root 5.